blow your mind. Can't you see?
Hey.
You and me.
Uh-huh.
It sounds so nasty.
Hey. Hey.
Let your hair hang down. We could fool around.
Hey.
Don't you know? I want you so.
Come on.
Make it happen.
Baby, that is the wind it up song, baby. That's the nasty dance song, baby. Ooh, let me get some. Ooh, I can't do that. I do a nasty dance. Really am. I'm getting up and doing that. Hey.
There's nothing wrong. We get on night long.
Hey.
Me and you.
Hey.
We need a groove. Feels good, good. Beat it up.
Hey. Go ahead.
Leave your cares behind. Let me try to find the spot and get you hot.
Hey.
Let me do your
Hey, go Angie. This long ass cut. That's what you call me back in the day. Cut. What up, Smarter? Hey. Yes, baby. I gotta see this song out. Child, that song is 9 darn minutes. Surely is. It's 9 minutes. What's good with it? What's good with it? Get the hey. There is nothing wrong. Hey. Hey, hey. You know what, y'all? It comes a time in your life where you need to realize that your ass is old. Uh-huh. Let me tell you how I realized that, right? Now, you know, I watch a lot of them shows and whatever. And I was thinking that it's a lot of stuff that I'm into, that I want to be into. When, you know, everything get together and whatever, I can move about this country safely. Um, but I was saying, you know, I'm too old for that now. Now let me just find me somewhere and set it down. But then you click on and you see Cher, 78, 72, or 70 something, running around here with this boy 40 years, her junior. Like what? I mean, it's all kind of crazy. So I'm thinking, I don't want to find no age appropriate stuff to do. I want to find the stuff that I like to do, right? I want to and it may be new endeavors, but I'm want to do it. I mean, I was just looking at my age. I'm like, oh Lord, I mean, that's not gonna be hot in 5 years. You know, that ain't gonna be hot. So I'm gonna be too close to the 6-0. So that ain't gonna work out for me. So what? But anyway, I went all through China and to through Washington to get here. I'm trying to figure out um why I can't make it clap no more. I don't understand what is going on. And you ain't gotta take it from me. You know, tell me I'm lying. My daughter sat right up there and just saw me struggling. I was just struggling. I was jumping up. I'm saying, am I not doing it right? I said, no, I know how to do this. I've done it before. Yeah, I plan to, and I'm glad you said that. But certain things I'll be like, well, maybe I shouldn't do that because that's um, maybe I shouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking about my own throat last year, but now I was like, no, maybe I'm not. But what I do know is I am struggling. I cannot get to clap. I had to ask my daughter, can she clap? Because if she can't get hers to clap, why? But they used to clap. I don't know why they clap. It ain't said shit. Okay? And I was jumping up and down like a fool. Hold on, let me see if she can get hers to clap. Because I can't get mine to clap. That this is live, baby. And I'm going to be me. You love it or like it, whatever. You ain't got to. I don't give a damn. I don't know y'all. There's enough people that do. It's me 24/7. But my country ass. Oh, you sleep? Oh, well, I meant to ask you. Can you make yours clap? You can't make yours clap? Oh, well, why yours can't clap? Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you saw me struggling. I don't know what the fuck going on. Okay, but yeah, says she can't make hers clap either. So I don't know what is going on. I'm gonna figure this out though. So I'm gonna figure this out. That's a line item. Write it down. What the hell is going on with the clapping? Why is it a struggle? Y'all should have seen me. I was jumping. I'm like, what the fuck now? Because then I see what happened was, because granted, I haven't done that in a couple of years, or whatever. But I was looking at that shit I be watching on TV, and I saw those girls, and they just clapped like you know, um, small girls and whatever. But they have what it take to make it clap, and I was like, wow, I can't even get it. Can't. Mm-mm. So that ain't gonna work out for me. So, but I'll have that resolved at some point. Anyway, struggles, honey, struggles. Black women struggles. I'm telling you. But yeah, y'all seen how I shared that with Cher running around here with Amber Rose baby daddy. Huh? Gone with Cher. And baby Cher was doing the dance, honey. That probably that black man showed her. She having the time of her life. I do what I want to do. What I want to do. I know that's right. But I mean, I just be just you know. But anyway, so listen, y'all. Oh my gosh, we got Wendy on the books. Lord have mercy. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. Oh, I can't play. I don't play the Breakfast Club straight up like that. I play that from here. I just want to make it hard, make it. Yeah, I love this girl Lauren from the Breakfast Club. I also found her. I don't know if it was one social media page, either YouTube or whatever. And again, I think I told y'all this before. I was glad that they kept her and just you understand what I'm saying? And I know they only kept her probably out of the probably overwhelming support from the Breakfast Club listeners and stuff like that because they done had a bunch of people come through and gone on. They ain't keep what the girl name is, Jessica Wu, Jessie Wu, or whatever the girl name is. There's a bunch of them they ain't keep. Okay, but they kept this girl and see. I like how she do her thing. She be having the right information normally. I mean, I haven't, and so I mean, it's not like I listen to them all the time, but when I've listened, her information has been accurate. Even some of the legal stuff. I love the way she tells stories and present, the information and things of that nature. So like information makes me all warm inside. But y'all listen to this and see. I'm getting so mad at Charlemagne now, but y'all listen to this. And this is when I be talking about ignorance.
So we received a letter from Sabrina Morrissey, who is Wendy Williams' conservator,
She wrote a letter?
guardian, from her attorneys. So there's an attorney named Andrew Selly Jr. who sent over a letter, and he outlined everything that they are alleging is inaccurate that has been in the media up until this point. They wrote
He
this
said
letter.
Wendy lying?
He said that there has been a lot of inaccuracies and misleading untruths in the media. So the court actually, who sealed everything and told Sabrina she could not make comments on stuff, is allowing for certain things to be cleared up. And here's what they are clearing up. So when it comes to the guardianship, they say, or they allege, that Sabrina, as Wendy's guardian, did not declare Wendy Williams to be legally incapacitated because no guardian has that power. That happens by a court. And that's not just for Wendy's case. That happens in every case like this. And specifically for Wendy's case, it was put in place by the Supreme Court of New York City. Now, they say when it comes to Wendy's medical condition, the incapacity in that determination, the guardian also does not determine that. That according to them, happens by doctors and medical professionals. And they allege that in 2022 and 2023, Wendy was examined at two hospitals where they found frontal lobe atrophy. And they say it got worse, according to these legal documents that they have, in 2023, when she was diagnosed with a condition that causes progressive decline over time, which I'm assuming they're talking about the frontal dementia that we've been having conversations about. Now, on Wendy's living conditions, they say that Wendy is, currently living under the care that was deemed appropriate by a court based on her diagnosis and based on what medical professionals are saying. They point out that where Wendy resides right now is an assisted living facility with spa treatments, workout room, 24/7 medical oversight, excellent food, a dining room, outside terraces, and that she's able to leave the facility, and she has done so to shop, for meals, for medical appointments.
When?
Now, when it comes to Wendy being able to see her family, this law firm says, or is alleging, that Sabrina, the current conservator, has never denied Wendy access to her family. They say that Wendy has never been kept away from her family, that whenever she wants to see them or call them, she is able to. They're also able to come and visit her in New York City, and that Wendy has been able to go and see family twice.
Yo, but what's crazy is, didn't you go there? Didn't you try to go there? And it was kind of like a whole situation. Like, you couldn't even get in. You had to lie, say who you was, and like, yeah.
Now you're asking the right questions,
Yeah,
damn it.
that is what happened. That is what happened when I went there. And then on Wendy's money, they say Wendy's assets have been under professional management and are under court supervision. And anytime money moves, so anytime there's a disbursement of any sort, this is reviewed and approved by the court. They also make a point to mention that Wendy is not working and has no source of earned income. I don't know why that was put there, but they make it a point to say that as well too. I thought that was a little shady. And then on Sabrina as the guardian, they want to make it clear that Sabrina didn't ask for this job. It was given to her, and it was given to her based on her amazing resume. She is a highly reputable, respected, and regarded conservator with an unblemished record, according to the letter. And she takes the directions from the court. So every move she makes is a direction from the court. And again, I just wanted to mention that up until this point, and up until Vanity Fair, Sabrina was always giving statements saying she could not respond because of how the guardianship was set up. But a court said, you know what? We need to clear up some things. So boom, this letter.
There's three sides to a story. In this case, it's Wendy's side, it's the Guardian side, and the truth. And the truth will be revealed at some point. But I do have questions for Sabrina. One, you're suing Lifetime saying that Wendy wasn't in the right mind state to do that deal or do the show, but you were her guardian then. So why did you allow her to do it? Also, you say Wendy can come and go as she pleases, but you have her on a floor where she needs a key to leave the floor, even to enjoy some of those amenities you just were talking about.
The spa and the restaurant.
Yeah, she needs a key to even just leave the floor. And third, what Jess said, you said her family can visit whenever they want. Well, when we sent her goddaughter up there,
that's right.
Hey, godmommy.
She wasn't able to see her.
Not at all.
Didn't even get in.
But not only that, nobody's saying they want Wendy to run out of there right now. All we're saying is let her go to the doctor, let her prove to herself the correct way. But y'all don't even give her the opportunity. She had to damn near beg the police.
She wrote a letter.
No, please run. No, I want her to run up there, run up out of there right now. Like, no, please, this is crazy.
Yeah, she had to beg to leave just to get a doctor to see if she was right, and she passed with flying colors, right?
And that's that's the biggest untruth to me, and that's what I would want to ask Sabrina. Is the biggest untruth is they said Wendy was incapacitated.
Yes.
But she's clearly not.
Yes.
So why are you as her guardian letting that story be out there? We're talking to her.
And they do mention that the guardian and the court has asked for another evaluation of Wendy. Mm-hmm. And I will say that I also reached out to the attorneys on the A&E side, Roberta Kaplan's team, and I asked them what's happening right now with that. And they say the same thing. They're just waiting on that evaluation to happen again, because right now that lawsuit is on hold until everybody's waiting on this new evaluation. And I'm trying to figure out what Wendy did the other day at the hospital can be in place of that or not, but I haven't got an answer to that. But I did talk to
one more thing, Lauren.
Go ahead.
Tell them that letter was sent when?
The letter was sent March 6th.
So before the events of yesterday.
Yeah, before the events of yesterday. We received this letter on March 6th. So Wendy's side is saying that the guardian is utilizing the judge as a scapegoat to conceal the reality of the guardian. To consider the reality that the guardian has the ability to suggest easing the restrictions to Envy's point on Mrs. Williams or to free Wendy from the most stringent guardianship that a competent individual has been subjected to, as the guardian ignores the obvious. Wendy Williams is not incapacitated. So to the effect of what,
obvious, right?
It's just asking for things to be eased up a bit. And
that's all I would want to ask Sabrina. Like, the biggest untruth that I've heard in this whole situation is Wendy was incapacitated.
Yeah, but
she's not.
But
so why is she as a guardian letting that be out there?
Wendy's asking, "Hey, I'm not. Let me test. Let me go to a doctor. Let me prove it," and they won't even allow her to prove it.
Well, that's
the craziest thing.
They're saying
has anyone talked to the cats? Yeah.
And I haven't talked to the cats yet. But in Vanity Fair, Sabrina said that the cats actually were given to a home because Wendy didn't want to split the cats up because Wendy could only have one cat in the spot that she was staying.
In the
I
place.
forgot. Yeah. So, that's what they're alleging happened with the cats. But I haven't, I didn't tap into the litter box. I haven't reached out to sources close yet.
I need you to get that.
Got you.
Okay.
You got sources at the litter box?
We figure things out over here, baby. That's what we do.
You call it the litter box.
And another random observation. You looking real neo soul, Lauren.
You see me? I'm touching.
I know that's right.
My skin. I am not.
You was listening to Miss Stone on the way in. You feel like you ready for the Cocoa Butter Fest?
And Jess, you look like you were listening to Missy Misdemeanor Elliott on the way in.
And I was not.
I love you with short hair, though.
I texted this morning and said yes, hair.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. Well, that is the latest with Lauren. Now, when we come back, we got front page news, and then David Banner will be joining us. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass.
Did y'all hear that? Now, why does Tisa Tell say judge threatens Wendy? I said, this is why I don't listen to her. I don't. I don't. Hold on. Let me see if there's anything out here that says the judge threatens Wendy Williams. I don't like shit like this. Let me tell you something. If you don't listen to the right sources, your information gonna be wrong. Oh, maybe. Wait a minute. Maybe I jumped. I spoke too soon. Hold on. Hold on. Blow your mind. Don't you know? So. Hold on. This article references TMZ. I just go to TMZ, see if. Hold on, wait a minute. Okay, I don't know if this is what the judge is saying or this is what Wendy's saying, the judge say or whatever, but I'm gonna go play it. I'm gonna play it. Hate dealing with this type of stuff. I really do.
The judge says we've given you as much independence as is possible, but you kind of abused that. And it sounds like it's because you're talking to the media, and that the judge is now looking to the Guardian to find a more restrictive place than the place you're staying at right now. And that place you call a luxury prison. So can we get your reaction to that?
First of all, what do you mean loosen me going out and doing things? I am not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? And giving me a more constrictive environment. What's more restrictive than the coterie? The memory unit on the 5th floor. And what is going on with the judge speaking to me in that such a way?
I agree with you. It's almost like she's treating you as this kind of petulant child and saying, Wendy, you are trying to poison the jury pool by talking to the media.
Thank you.
I agree that that's definitely the tone that the judge is using. But on another level, Wendy, are you concerned that the judge and the Guardian may go through with this as you are continually going to continue to speak out clearly? Are you concerned that they are going to move you to a different unit?
A more
restrictive facility?
Yes, I am. And don't make me start crying, because I can laugh and cry on the drop of a dime.
We don't want to make you cry, but it's a reality based on what the judge has said.
It makes me very, very nervous. I'll be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? And I get a little bit. I'm scared of that mess. Oh, I must curse. I am. I don't know what could be tighter than where I am, but like. I have to get out of Guardian, and I have to do it immediately.
We got a letter last night from the Guardian's lawyer, who is painting a picture that you're free to come and go as you want. You can go out and shop. You can go out for appointments. And they're making it sound like you just have the ability to roam freely.
They're lying. That's a lie. That's a lie. And you know, oh, well, you don't know because you haven't been, because you're not allowed to come see me at the coterie. You are not allowed. My niece has to be permitted to.
You're saying the family can come and visit you whenever they want.
My family has to be allowed by Sabrina, the Guardian person. And look, it is a lie. They are lying people. I'm sorry, and I've had it up to here. And thank goodness I can speak. And Harvey, that you are co-signing on the things that I'm speaking about.
Well, I got to tell you, Wendy, the one thing that really got me in this letter from the Guardian's lawyer was it says the Guardian has never denied Miss Williams access to her family members. I know it may not be the Guardian, but I know that the judge initially denied you the ability to go down to Florida for your dad's birthday and only reversed herself when after the documentary dropped.
No, it wasn't just the documentary privately. That's behind the scenes. I'm sure it was. However, I couldn't go see my dad unless I had my attorney flying with me, staying in the hotel with me, and going around when I was shopping with me, and flying back to New York after 3 days of being in Miami with me and the judge and a security person.
I think this is the question people have been asking me now for a couple of weeks more than any other, which is, why is the Guardian and the judge so determined to keep you in this guardianship, to say that you're not with it, to say your mental functions are deteriorating despite everything else we're hearing? Why do they want to keep you in it in such a secretive way? Do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, I don't want to curse. So I will do that to you, Harvey, Gina, Charles, if you're available, my niece Alex, Eric, the world. I'll talk to you behind the scenes. I cannot talk like that.
Make it PG.
I think it's because of the lifetime lawsuit. I really believe if this lifetime lawsuit wasn't around, I believe Wendy would be out of this guardianship. I believe this lifetime lawsuit really sets the stage as to, Wendy, the Guardian's reputation, because again, the Guardian put Wendy in harm during that documentary.
There you go. And not only that, but I've already heard from people at Lifetime, and I would love to be with them as they would love to be with me.
So you don't blame Lifetime for it. You blame the Guardian for not being there and protecting you.
I blame it precisely.
Hold on.
You guys, for the past...
Okay. Hold on. Let me see how I was. All right, let me read this because I'm not sure they covered it on. See, this mess is getting out of hand. Wendy with these shenanigans. It says judge threatens to put Wendy Williams in stricter facility after speaking out. Wendy Williams' guardianship judge is threatening the former media personality with even more restrictions after the star came forward to expose her facility's conditions. Now, Judge Lisa Sokoloff wants Williams moved to another facility. I have always contended that Wendy will be given the independence she can handle, Sokoloff wrote in an email obtained by TMZ. I question how well she has handled the independence she has been given. Williams began to tear up when she heard the news and said she'd keep it PG despite wanting to say a few choice words about the situation. Given me a more restrictive environment, what could be more restrictive than the coterie? She asked during an appearance on TMZ Live Wednesday. representing the Manhattan residential facility that she's previously called a prison. What is going on with the judge speaking to me in this way? The 60-year-old asked. TMZ reporters told Williams that she was being treated like a petulant child, which she agreed with when asked if she was concerned about being moved. She got emotional. That is pretty much what I just played. But let me read this background. It says Sokolov has been under investigation for receiving nearly $6,000 in campaign donations from 2019 to 2022 from 20 guardianship lawyers, law firms, or people who deal with guardianship cases, and awarded those same individuals 62 appointments in 2022. She claims that she cannot leave the fifth floor without an attendant and rarely get outside. She also said that she has no access to the internet or phone calls or and can almost never see visitors. All right, I'm not going into all of that because it's more of Wendy's side of the story. Listen, okay. I'm glad the Guardian or the representatives for the Guardian spoke out because what we've been receiving was Wendy's side of the story based on Wendy's emotion and Wendy's cognitive, based on Wendy's emotion and based on Wendy's cognitive limitations, right? Okay. That's not going to always be the truth. And we know that people who have addictions, them the best and the biggest liars. We know that. And we see how this manipulation have just grown and grown and grown and grown and grown. You know, calling 911 and acting as if you're, being mistreated or some type of, held as a prison, all that type of stuff. Now, y'all know. I mean, my heart goes out to her. But it seems like they are doing the right thing, right? They have her on the correct levels that she needs to be on. You understand what I'm saying? So, what Charlemagne them don't understand, and Harvey and all of them, whatever, what they don't understand is that yes, they are able to communicate with Wendy. Yes, she sounds like Wendy. Okay. But we don't know. Well, we do know that the reason why she was looking all crazy and acting crazy from that documentary is because she was hitting the booze and doing whatever. She was a person that apparently needed some type of restrictions then. And then enter into the picture, whatever little Kevin did, it put the banks on notice. You have all of that as well. And when I mean, they don't only put someone over your money just because you are unable to, well, I'm sorry, to keep, in this case, to keep someone from taking advantage of you. It also puts you on there because you're not able to properly keep track of it, apparently, because you would have known that the boy was, using it as his personal, piggy bank, if that's the case, right? I mean, whatever their issue was with little Kevin. I'm saying if she had a reasonable amount of alertness that will allow her to conduct her personal business, she would have been able to, say, hey, let me do a regular, routine of my account or what have you. Let me check in, check on that. Let me keep up with that. Let me not ignore remittances and statements and shit like that when they come to my email or my mail. Do I have to send them in? That type of shit. I'm not sure how her accounts are set up and how, if it only requires her signature or, her signature or someone else. I mean, I'm not sure how her business accounts are set up personally. I'm not sure. But I know if someone tries to get some money out of my account, I'm gonna get a notification. You have Charlemagne them speaking as if they know how the her particular care is set up. And in that email or letter or whatever that they received, there were key words that were being used. Said that she has as much restriction as she can handle. They were saying that she can see her family, whatever, as much as she wants. She probably has to be, it has to be probably signed off on or something. Permission has to be granted. She probably can't get just pop ups for people just to come by and see her. I'm sorry. Probably have to get permission to do that. And what they're probably saying is, as long as you get permission, anybody can come see you, as long as they're not a person that is a threat to her care. It's just, I mean, God have mercy. And they probably, because they don't want people interfering with people who need some type of assistance, right? They don't like that. So they may try to, shut it down, or this maybe was a notification to let you know you keep on, and we're gonna put some real restrictions on you. In my opinion, it just seems as if Wendy just want to get out of this particular situation. She wants freedom. She wants to do what she wants to do, buy what she wants to buy, things of that nature. You know, it's a difference in what Mo does. Her with her expertise and experience and whatever. And I'm pretty sure it also encompasses mine when it comes to psychology as well. But it's different from what I do on my end, right? Her assessments, pretty much always revolve around care and um, treatment plans, that type of shit, right? And she's getting deep into it or what have you. I pretty much look at your profile, and from there, it's going to tell me whether you have the propensity to do this, whether you did it, can I predict what's that type of stuff, whether it be a person, whether it be a situation, whether it be forecasting something in a company, not what the economists do and those big people do in companies, like forecasting their earnings in the next quarter. No, that's not me. No, it'll be more like, okay, will will consumers like this particular product? That may be something like that, but it'll be all over the place, right? It's more about the forensics of everything. That's why they call it forensic psychology. Okay. And then again, that goes great along with my law degree. And as you have heard, I don't know if y'all pay attention, but there's a whole bunch of lawyers out here that have some sort of degree in psychology, because it goes together, right? When in law, you're trying to see if you got the right person. If it depend on how far down you are, right? If you're up there, they're just handing it off to you, right? Okay, so I'm never was up there like that. So I've always had to, do a great bit of my own investigation and all that. So, mm-mm. Shit. But um, so I'm just really be paying attention mainly if it's on the psychology part, mainly about the personality, this that, and third, kind of seeing, it's very, if you think on the line of psychology and whatever Monum do, it's on the lower end, okay, but on the highest end when it comes to forensics, right? Forensic psychology, okay. So that's how sometimes we will have two different views. But I told her yesterday that woman, that's one of them goddamn Medicare, Medicaid people that had them people that showed them people how to get them goddamn contracts. I was right. Okay? So I'm never wrong about a personal situation. My final assessment, I'm never wrong. Excuse me. So I think with Wendy, she's just trying to raise as much hell to get from up under the guardian. Because, and here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. And she may or may not know this. I'm talking about Wendy. But her doctor is responsible for some of where she is, right? Because it was his reports, right? They gave her the diagnosis and so on and so forth, right? but the reporting. And I think Wendy is holding that guardian responsible because some of the reporting probably came from that guardian. Some of them are charged with doing reports like you know how the cops do reports like when they're on duty or patrol or whatever, and they stationed someplace and they have to check that place or whatever. They fill out reports and stuff like that. It could be Sabrina's reports that's making, you know, giving Wendy a little trouble. Because you can't get around the doctor. And Sabrina was right when she said it's the doctor that gave her the diagnosis. And that's why, when I said this before, that's why Sabrina was okay with Wendy getting a second opinion, getting checked out again. Because, she ain't give her that diagnosis. And what would that guardian benefit? And that's when you have to go look at that. Because Wendy is painting that lady as if she is just being mean to her, got her caught up in this situation for no reason, and it is due to the guardian, and it's not. Because this is when I have to think a different way. Because now we have something else that we can use to put this whole situation together, put this case together. Wendy's accusing that lady, and that lady has nothing to do with Wendy's diagnosis, nothing to do with what the judge has determined, nothing to do with the actions that what led her to where she is. Remember, it was little Kevin or whatever he did with the bank, and I'm still haven't gotten over that. Little Kevin, are you sure it was little Kevin? So that's not that no, that doesn't have anything to do with that lady. That lady position, let me scratch that. That lady came to be based on the activities from others, including you, Wendy. Good gracious alive. Oh, hell done broke loose. Y'all, I'm just like, don't tell nobody I said this. Please don't, because I don't want no problem. But I believe it's just not that, like Dollar Tree and all the kind of dollar places. I believe that they be getting like a scratch and dent stuff, right? Because, like, well, I may be wrong, but like, those candies that come in a package, right? And normally they have, if they have 10 in there, then, 5 of them, if it's like 2 flavors, 5 of them be one flavor, 5 of them be the other flavor. And these packages I done bought, they all kind of, one of them had like, but 2 of them was of one flavor and all this, and I'm like, it's just scratch and dent shit. And I was in there one day and I bought some, what you call this, a hamburger, what is it, corned beef hash. And that girl that I met through Yvette, she said, "You gonna eat that corned beef hash from the Dollar Tree?" And of course, I threw it out. But I ain't seen, I mean, yeah, the can looked suspicious. I mean, it was Hormel's, but I mean, you ain't got to tell me twice. I get it as soon as it leaves your lips, it's going to register right in my head. And in about 5 seconds, I got a whole full picture in my head. And it has communicated to my stomach. And it be like, you gonna be sick. I won't eat it. Straight up. But, let me get back on topic. Wendy knows that this lady has to change her report. Okay, the doctor has to change. The doctor would have to change his diagnosis, right? And unfortunately, I believe what she had, what Wendy's been diagnosed of is that, I mean, it could be stabilized or whatever, but it's not going to um, go away or anything like that. Right, and I think that they have medicine or something that improves the symptoms and shit like that, but it doesn't um, improve the disease or something. Hold on, let me look that up. Okay. While there is no specific medication to cure aphasia in dementia patients, some treatment, including speech therapy, may help maintain or improve communication skills, and medications for underlying dementia, like Alzheimer's, might help slow its progression. So there's medicine to help slow the progression. There is medicine to help manage the symptoms. There's also, different therapy. Yeah. So, yeah. So, I don't know what Wendy is the time to changed already? Because or the time changing. So I don't know what Wendy um, can expect as far as the outcome of all this. I can't even tell you. But I knew that the lady, that guardian, was too comfortable. Would say, "Oh, sure, fine. Get another test done." But you got Charlemagne and people. Well, can't that test be used in place? Like she said, whatever. It's like she said. She said, And it's like nobody is even thinking that, hey, if she is diagnosed with that, the guardian didn't diagnose her, the judge didn't either. And you have to know that anytime you hear dementia or Alzheimer's or something like that, you already know that that has something to do with your cognitive ability. You already know that. You should. That means that there is going to be some limitations. There's going to be a deficiency of something when it comes to the shit in your goddamn head. In other words, there's going to be a difference in the way that you speak and behave. Let me say it like that. And they, I'm pretty sure, but this is my opinion, I'm pretty sure that her drug and alcohol abuse is probably listed as a contributor to her condition. And if it's not listed as contributor, I definitely know that is listed as something that can make it worse. That's though her conditions, um, her restrictions, and whatever she has going on needs to remain in place. I don't. If they have her, she can't have this and she can only have this, whatever, it's for a reason. Either, as Mo was saying, maybe the facility is limited with those things, whatever, or as I say, maybe because she cannot have, let's say, alkaline water, whatever, you know. All right, it's, I don't know what to say. But you be thinking you be doing shit when nobody's watching. You thinking I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna slide on here. Sabrina don't watch the Breakfast Club. She ain't gonna hear nothing about it. Yeah, I be damn blessed. So I'm going to say that I be damn blessed. So let me blow my nose real quick. Okay, I'm back now. So let me see if there's any more updates in the week before we move on real quick. Mm-mm. Sounds so nasty. Need you to move. What is this? Oh, wait a minute. What is this? Oh, here's another article. It just came out. It says Brock. It says shit allow ads. I don't know like that. Where's this dude called named Brock Pierce, who starred in films like The Mighty Ducks before hitting it big in cryptocurrency, says that he's ready to come to Williams' rescue. Hold on, I gotta block these ads. Okay. Okay. I thought I just blocked it. Okay. It says, Brock Pierce offers Wendy Williams a mansion to stay in. Damn, I just blocked this ad. Oh no, no. Oh, it means allow ads on the page. My bad. I'm slow. Anyway, he says he'll allow for her take up there. So he'll allow her to come there. It says the Make America Healthy Again. Just always admired Wendy's strength, and when I saw her ask for help, it was impossible to ignore. He told Page Six in a statement via his rep, "My offer is simple: a place where she can find peace, receive the care she deserves, and begin her journey for healing." Mm, okay. He said when he saw her ask for help, oh yeah, it got me too. She in that damn window, trapped in the damn Barbie window. Let me get out of this. Okay. Now, move right along. Y'all, I was able to find with this Lord Vallow shit. I hate this. Oh, you heard me. Oh, I'm glad you found the case. I ain't want to file no damn case. I was just looking in on it because I wasn't putting this on the damn record. That lady got a lot going on. Her and Chad and son over there. You know, she'll kill you quick, child. That lady got a lot going on. But listen, I was able to find two indictments. The one where her and Chad was already sentenced on, and one where she's accused of conspiracy to commit murder, I think. With with that boy, right? Of that boy, that Boudreaux boy, him. I'm trying to put up about two. This one is what is this? Brandon Boudreaux. So that's the one where he was shot at. I need the one where she was charged with killing Charles. Go find Charles, honey. But listen, I need somebody to help me make out what I heard or what I think I heard, because apparently I didn't hear what I thought I heard. Yesterday, I thought I heard them talking about having another defendant and whatever, and for her particular case, that ain't what I heard. But to my credit, the judge had to ask her for some clarity to the state, as well as she said something else that I'm not quite understanding. So we're gonna take a field trip. I need y'all to take a field trip with me, because I have been playing this, and you think I'm playing, y'all. I've been playing this for hours, and I can't get it together. Take a field trip. Now, it's something I can't make out when it comes to what she is saying. Okay? Now, it is a lot that's going on, but I didn't even catch that they were discussing emotion and limit. Because one, I had no plans on filing this case, right? You know, I was gonna look in on it a few times and back on up out of it, because it's a lot that went on. I missed a lot. I missed a lot with regards to this case, and it is pissing me off. All right, now while she's in there, not the state, but I'm talking about Lori. Lori's in there going over what she can get in, what she can't, whatever, you know, what have you, right? I'm trying to figure out what this state is saying. Okay. Also, I saw the interview with Keith Morris, right? It just really went over I thought it was going to be more about her in the interview. Did I miss something? It seemed like it just went over what we already knew. I'm going to try to see if there was there something else or what have you, because just, maybe I just maybe wasn't paying attention enough. But keep talking about she flirted with him and so on and so forth, whatever. And it was a lot. When he spoke to reporters about his interview, he spoke or said those things. But I need y'all to see if y'all heard what I heard.
Condition because it shows his statements made to police officers at that it was self-defense. So yes, I think the state is blanketing that whole thing, and obviously it's like a case-by-case basis, right, on these statements. So there is the police interview of Alex Cox that I did not think falls under hearsay.
Why not?
Why does it not fall under hearsay?
Yeah.
Because we're not using it for the truth of the matter asserted. We're using it in corroboration of the circumstances. Everyone came in and told their same story that corroborates different facts in there, not for the whole truth of the matter.
Aren't you arguing that what he said was true?
I can't say whether another person says that it's true or not, but I'm saying what he said and what my daughter said and what I said in those 3 police interviews determined what the police said, how the police acted, what they did after that, their next steps, how they treated the entire case like it was self-defense. All of those are relevant to the defense that it was self-defense. So, yes, I think they're for that purpose. But I also think that Alex's statements also have a lot of the exceptions apply. 803, 804. There's a lot of exceptions that also apply to some of his statements and not all of his statements.
Such as what? Which statements do you think they apply to?
Specifically his statements made on body cam to police in the driveway, specifically his...
I don't know what the statements are, so that's what I'm asking. What specific statements do you think are allowed to come in under the rules of evidence?
I think under 8031, the present sense impression is his statements made to police officers at the house.
A present sense impression is where you're actually observing something and you're talking about it as you see it happen. So isn't he saying, again, I don't know what the statements are, but is he saying what happened prior? Or is he saying something
prior.
that he's, okay,
Correct,
so it's
prior.
not a present sense impression.
Okay.
What else?
Then I think it falls under 8032, excited utterance. He was under the stress of the whole situation when he made those statements.
What was his demeanor when he made those statements?
Upset.
What's the specific statement?
I shot my brother-in-law in self-defense. I got hit in the head with a bat. There was an altercation. I don't know what all the statements are, but...
How long after the incident did he make these statements?
Immediately after, as far as I know.
Well, immediately to some people means 2 seconds. To other people, it means 30 minutes. Tell me what immediately means to you.
As soon as the police arrived.
I don't know what, did they arrive 30 minutes after the incident? 10 minutes, an hour?
I was not there. I do not know what time they arrived.
All right. So you're asserting excited utterance. Some of these statements come in. What else?
8033, the mental, emotional, and physical condition, because it shows his state of mind, which was scared at the time.
Any others?
Yes. 8035B, the recorded recollection. I know that in the state's reply to my response, they did not think that 805 applied because A, B, and C, but I did not see an and after A. So my assumption was that B and C, since there's an and after B, were what needed to be put together. So B was made or adopted by this witness when the matter was fresh in the witness's memory and accurately reflects the witness's knowledge. So I felt like 803B5B, the recorded recollection of his police interview and the body cam footage, applies under that exception.
All right. Generally, 8035 is a recorded recollection, meaning it's something they wrote down, or maybe they recorded their voice saying something. Let me ask the state to respond. We're just talking about the Alex Cox statements.
Your Honor,
Maybe I should start with,
yeah.
Does the state intend on introducing any statements from Alex Cox?
Your Honor, I haven't decided if we will at this point. I can say with 100% certainty we will not be admitting his interview by police that was done at after 10 o'clock in the morning. We don't.
Are you referencing what time he was interviewed versus the time of the incident?
Okay, so he had to ask her for clarity. And it was her that also jammed me up a couple times, that had me searching for another defendant and, questioning some of the things she said. So when I've been playing this all today several times, right? And he asked her the question with regards to time to see if it has something to do with hearsay. It has something to do with hearsay. So let me go back.
Reflects the witness's knowledge. So I felt like 803B5B, the recorded recollection of his police interview and the body cam footage, applies under that exception.
All right. Generally, 8035 is a recorded recollection, meaning it's something they wrote down, or maybe they recorded their voice saying something. Let me ask the state to respond. We're just talking about the Alex Cox statements.
Your Honor,
maybe I should start with,
yeah.
Does the state intend on introducing any statements from Alex Cox?
Your Honor, I haven't decided if we will at this point. I can say with 100% certainty we will not be admitting his interview by police that was done at after 10 o'clock in the morning. We don't.
Are you referencing what time he was interviewed versus the time of the incident?
Okay, he asking her that because that has something to do with if it's going to be considered hearsay, and if she will have an exception for that, right? He's saying, are you asking but are you representing the time as like what time so they can, look for the interview or whatever that could happen after 10 o'clock? Or did the statement happen at 10 o'clock because that was when the event was happening? This all has something to do with hearsay. So she kind of confusing. I don't know. She just got it. I don't know. I don't know. It was confusing.
Let me say it this way. So the state has laid out in its motion the timeline. So that is actually in our motion. We show that when
8:30 a.m.
is
roughly.
when the 911 call was made. So we have soon after that the police arrived, and there's body cam video from that interview. Then Alex Cox is later brought to the police station, and there is a in-depth interview with detectives at a little after 10 o'clock in the morning.
So you may or may not be attempting to introduce statements at or around the time that the police responded?
Correct, Your Honor. If we do, those would be brought in as co-conspirator statements against a party interest. So obviously the state can bring in statements that are hearsay against a party.
Right.
Okay, see, okay. Oh, I want to punch her, right? Because I don't like when people do that. When you're asked a question, clarify what you mean before you scratch that and state it another way. And do you understand what I'm saying? Because she has statements coming in against a co-conspirator, right? Which it can come in that way, and it don't have anything to do. You don't have to go through all of this. So she never did, clarify. Are you stating the time, or are you stating the time because it has something to do with present sense impression statements, which means that somebody made a statement either as the crime was happening or shortly after. That's the only way that it can come in with the hearsay exception. Let me roll this back again. Yeah, y'all. This is what you go through when you're trying to get your case together. To all you motherfucking attorneys and motherfuckers out there, this is what you do. And we don't have a case, so this is really what you do. I'm upset.
Not be admitting his interview by police that was done at
together. So B was made or adopted by this witness when the matter was fresh in the witness's memory and accurately reflects the witness's knowledge. So I felt like 803B5B, the recorded recollection of his police interview and the body cam footage, applies under that exception.
All right. Generally, 8035 is a recorded recollection, meaning it's something they wrote down, or maybe they recorded their voice saying something. Let me ask the state to respond. We're just talking about the Alex Cox statements.
Your Honor,
maybe I should start with,
yeah.
Does the state intend on introducing any statements from Alex Cox?
Your Honor, I haven't decided if we will at this point. I can say with 100% certainty we will not be admitting his interview by police that was done at after 10 o'clock in the morning. We don't.
Are you referencing what time he was interviewed versus the time of the incident?
Let me say it this way. So the state has laid out in its motion the timeline. So that is actually in our motion. We show that.
And what you talking about a timeline has to do anything about what he's talking about. Bravo, kudos, you got your timeline. We all have them. What the fuck? Okay, so this is what I'm talking about.
When
8:30 a.m.
is
roughly.
when the 911 call was made. So we have soon after that the police arrived, and there's body cam video from that interview. Then Alex Cox is later brought to the police station, and there is a in-depth interview with detectives at a little after 10 o'clock in the morning.
So you may or may not be attempting to introduce statements at or around the time that the police responded?
Correct, Your Honor. If we do, those would be brought in as co-conspirator statements against the party interest. So obviously the state can bring in statements that are hearsay against a party.
Right. But
because there's a co-conspirator exception that will allow you to do that. I don't know if that's 801. I don't know what it is. 8 something. It's an 8. And she's sitting over there with her bitch ass, unsure. Because I told y'all, hearsay will put you on your ass.
I guess, is the state intending on introducing?
And he still, even after he asked her one time to clarify the time, he came back again. Went back again.
Introducing any statements from Alex Cox?
Your Honor, I haven't decided if we will at this point. I can say with 100% certainty we will not be admitting his interview by police that was done at after 10 o'clock in the morning. We don't.
Are you referencing what time he was interviewed versus the time of the incident?
Let me say it this way. So the state has laid out in its motion the timeline. So that is actually in our motion. We show that when
8:30 a.m.
is
roughly.
when the 911 call was made. So we have soon after that the police arrived, and there's body cam video from that interview. Then Alex Cox is later brought to the police station, and there is a in-depth interview with detectives at a little after 10 o'clock in the morning.
So you may or may not be attempting to introduce statements at or around the time that the police responded?
Correct, Your Honor. If we do.
And see, here's the thing, right? He's still going on talking about the time as when statements occurred and so on and so forth. And she's also talking about, and wait a minute, he's trying to get clarity whether or not she's talking about time as to when these things occurred or time as to relate to hearsay. Bitch.
Those would be brought in as co-conspirator statements against a party interest. So obviously the state can bring in statements that are hearsay against a party.
Right. But I guess
He's still
the state
know.
intending on introducing any statements of Tylee?
No, Your Honor. Tylee made no statements at the scene other than giving her general biographical information on body cam. Her entire statements were made at the police station, again, after 10 in the morning.
All right.
See, this is where we're getting confused at. She's still talking, giving time. Bitch, is it the time you say? Are you trying to tell us the time as like, okay, I'm talking about this particular statement that was and not this particular statement, so the defense will know which statement we're referencing. And that's in the notifications that we sent to you with regards to discovery. Okay, most times, most witnesses have more than one statements that they give on different times, right? At different times of the day, different days, or what have you, right? So when you're in court or when you trying to reference your discovery and you're talking to someone, you be like, yeah, this was the statement gave at 10 o'clock. Because normally all the numbers on your statements are going to be the same, right? It's going to have the same case number, same case number. Only thing that's going to be different usually is the time. So, bitch, I'm not around now. I'm getting upset now. And you can tell she unsure because I'm looking at how she's blinking and how she's raising her head up and down and fumbling through those papers. Not fumbling, but she's going through those papers. He keeps asking her the goddamn question. Right now, she gonna talk about, when usually if it was like a real lawyer. I said 3 weeks when it was a real lawyer, but I don't mean no shade or whatever. You know what she said about Lori. And now the judge trying to get some clarity from your bitch ass.
So on your response as it relates to Tylee, you say, again, present sense impression. I don't think it's a present sense impression. You also argue excited utterance. What else?
8033, which is mental, emotional, and physical condition with the same thing, her state of mind, then being scared. And also 8043, statement against interest. They use that statement in the indictment where Tylee says that Charles says, if you hit me with that bat, you're going to jail. That's the part where she's nervous in her interview saying she's scared to tell the police that she's the one that brought in the bat. So state of mind and the statement against interest both apply to Tylee's police interview.
All right, anything else the state want to be heard further on that?
Your Honor, the only further thing I think that the state will bring in is that obviously the defendant has been found guilty of killing both Tylee. Other individuals.
Okay, listen to this now. Listen to this. And this is what got me. Hold on, listen to this. Hold on.
Again, present sense impression. I don't think it's a present sense impression. You also argue excited utterance. What else?
8033, which is mental, emotional, and physical condition with the same thing, her state of mind, then being scared. And also 8043, statement against interest. They use that statement in the indictment where Tylee says that Charles says, if you hit me with that bat, you're going to jail. That's the part where she's nervous in her interview saying she's scared to tell the police that she's the one that brought in the bat. So state of mind and the statement against interest both apply to Tylee's police interview.
Listen, y'all.
All right, anything else the state want to be heard further on that?
Your Honor, the only further thing I think that the state will bring in is that obviously the defendant has been found guilty of killing both Tylee.
Now, hold on. Stop right there. I don't know if it's the way she says things. I don't know. But she said, obviously, the state intends to bring in. I don't want to back it up no more. This is my last time. I just want y'all to see how this works.
Emotional and physical condition with the same thing, her state of mind, than being scared. And also 804.3 statement against interest. They use that statement in the indictment where Tylee says that Charles says, if you hit me with that bat, you're going to jail. That's the part where she's nervous in her interview, saying she's scared to tell the police that she's the one that brought in the bat. So state of mind and the statement against interest both apply to Tylee's police interview.
All right, anything else? Does the state want to be heard further on that?
Your Honor, the only further thing I think that the state will bring in is that obviously the defendant has been found guilty of killing both Tylee.
Now, am I making this up? She said that the state will bring in, obviously, that the defendant was accused of killing both Tylee and I didn't make out the other person.
Other individuals, but in this case, the defendant cannot benefit from killing a witness and then later try to bring in their statements for their benefit. So in addition to none of her statements being admissible under the rules of evidence, as any of the exceptions that the defendant has done, we also believe that it would be improper for her to be allowed to bring them in under that theory.
In other words, there's been a judicial finding that the reason Tylee's unavailable as a witness is because of the defendant's actions.
Correct, Your Honor. There has been a jury trial and she has been convicted of that.
All right.
Okay. Now, when I told y'all, and I tell y'all this all the time by hearsay, we all get it wrong. We all get confused. Okay. Now, we went up through all of that just for her to eventually say that Lori cannot use those statements because you cannot benefit from the statement of a person that you have killed. That should have been said immediately. And then you wouldn't have Lori sitting up here trying to figure out how to get the statement in under 801. She done went down like all the eights damn near. She's running out of eights. When it doesn't matter what eight she used. Because like I told you yesterday, you cannot even use a statement from somebody your ass done murdered. You done caused not to be him. You can't murder somebody then benefit from the murder in your subsequent trial. You can't do that. This lady, I wonder, is there somebody else coming to help her? I'm talking about the prosecutor. She got me. Oh, I'm gonna fight her. The poor judge, he just going down the rabbit hole with her, cause he's going. They're giving him, they're feeding him, piece by piece by piece. And the judge, he's not thinking that, he's not thinking about his hearsay ass shit. He's not saying, oh, wait a minute, and he can't do this. Oh, wait a minute, you can't use, they got to feed it to him. That he can't, Laura can't use the baby's statement. But my problem is, I can't understand if she says that she is going to use the fact that Lori was convicted with murdering Now let me ask you this, because I don't know. Was she convicted with the murder of them? Is that, let me pull up the this is why you need the paperwork. Okay. What was she charged with? Was it murder? Conspiracy to commit first degree murder. First degree murder. Conspiracy to commit first degree murder. First degree murder. Conspiracy to commit first degree murder. First degree murder. Wait a minute. So this Chad, okay, he's on listed on the 6th count. So who they say he killed by himself? Oh no, they saying he killed Tammy Daybell by himself. So with those children, she is listed as his co-defendant on there. As it says, the defendants, Chad and Lori, killed JJ. This is so sad. I'm gonna get more. And Tally. Oh, that's sad. So, listen, you can't use someone's convictions against them because it's prejudicial, right? But there are certain exceptions to that, but there is very few, right? That there's very you can the judge may let you use it to prove the intent or the motive or something like that. I could not put together what would the intent and the motive be to kill that what the girl named Tali would have to that has anything to do with the death of um Chad, with the death of Chad, or what's going on with this case, this other dude, the attempt on this other dude. What would the little girl have to do with that? So I'm trying to see how would I don't know how it would be admissible. Like, I guess we got to go through and see, because this really gave me a headache today. That's why I don't like dealing with this shit.
All right, the court is on a preliminary basis precluding references to Tylee Ryan's statements, any statement made by Tylee Ryan. If there's some reason where a door might be open to any of those statements coming in, the defendant's requested to make a request outside the presence of the jury regarding that, and we'll deal with that outside the presence of the jury. On Alex Cox, I think that's probably going to be more of a statement by statement basis, but I'm skeptical of any statements coming in hours after the initial police response. I think we'll deal with what statements may or may not come in when the police
And see, hours after the initial police response, now you are talking about present sense impression. You're talking about it. He's saying that he's not going to allow that because in order for it to come in with the present sense impression exception, It has to be a statement made at the time when the shit was going on, or shortly after. Very short. Like, god damn. This ain't even the shit I practice. Oh, I'm gonna get y'all. Get my ass. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, I'm cussing you out my head, girl.
Police first arrived on scene and or the 911 at the time that they're attempted to be introduced.
You see, he said when he first arrived on scene. So that's mm, mm.
All right. I also received yesterday state's notice of disclosure and request for disclosure. Did you get a copy of that?
No,
You haven't seen that yet?
no.
I'm sorry, the
State's notice of disclosure and request for disclosure. I didn't realize it was actually filed in January, so you should have seen that. I misspoke when I said I got it yesterday. It was filed January 16th. Have you seen that?
I'm looking it up.
what are we?
Dates
I
disclosure.
think the court may have ruled on that one, Your Honor.
Well, I don't think I ruled on at the very end. You're requesting she submit to fingerprints, palm print, footprint.
Oh, that's okay. I think that was prior, yes, significantly. So that would be to tie her to any of her.
Is that for other conviction purposes?
Correct, yes.
All right. And when did you want to do that?
If we are going to be here on the 18th, we can take them then.
I don't know that we need to be here on the 18th.
And obviously, I was unaware we were going to set this because we set it just recently. So I don't know if we can keep that on just to take that.
Okay, what about the state, you requested copies of any recorded statements made during interviews conducted outside of your presence? Is there any of those, were there any interviews conducted by you or your team? Were there any interviews conducted of any witnesses out by you or your team that you're aware of?
So far, not that I'm aware of.
All right.
Okay, let me get off this. I'm done with that. Actually, I think he was trying to determine excited utterance, hearsay. It's between excited utterance and present sense of impression. It's one of the two. Shit. Is when he's trying to confirm the time frame. Okay, because you have one is when you're describing something as it was happening. One is you are saying something within the time frame after something happened. So, and who lastly, we got a little bit of Trump on him. Oh, I'm sleeping. God. I'm at here to get off here. I don't know why Trump is doing this.
Breaking news from the White House, President Trump vowing sanctions against Russia. Here are his words, quote, until a final settlement agreement on peace is reached. His position is in response to what he calls a pounding by the Kremlin on Ukraine. So if you're thinking that's a shift, you're right. This sudden shift from the White House comes exactly 1 week after what we brought you live, that Oval Office meltdown between President Donald Trump and the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. We now know officials from each country are set to meet again next week. That will happen in Saudi Arabia for what they hope will be a reset. Let's go live to Washington and CBS News Chief White House correspondent Nancy Cordes. Good to see you, Nancy. So what are the options on the table for the president here when it comes to hitting Russia with sanctions?
Reed, it's surprising that he is floating this in the first place. He has been so critical of Ukraine over the past few weeks. Very little criticism for Russia, which is something that has troubled U.S. allies in Europe and around the world. But now, suddenly, he's saying that he may want to punish Russia after all for what he describes as pounding Ukraine on the battlefield. And our Jennifer Jacobs is reporting that this punishment could take a few different forms. One option would be to tighten oil sanctions on Russia. Another option would be to sanction Chinese banks that do business with Russia. That would put us into conflict with the Chinese, but that is also on the table. And then a third possibility is that he could sanction all of the Russian banks that the U.S. hasn't sanctioned already. That list is not very long. The U.S. has already heavily sanctioned all areas of the Russian economy, but there are still some Russian banks out there, we're told, that haven't been hit with sanctions yet. So that's a third possibility.
Well, while you're there at the White House, I've got to ask you about this because there are multiple things breaking this hour, Nancy. A letter to Iran from the president on nuclear deal negotiations. What can you tell us about that letter?
The first contact from this White House, the president's second term, and the Iranian government. The president saying that he wants to restart talks with Iran after, you'll recall, he was the one that blew up the Iran nuclear deal during his first term. But the reason that he is reaching out now most likely is because the Israelis, our close allies, are very concerned that the Iranians are getting extremely close to having an operational nuclear weapon. And so that may be why President Trump is stepping in now, saying he wants to talk. Interestingly, Iranian officials said a short time ago they haven't received any letter from the president of the United States. So we're not sure where things went awry. One of his top national security aides, his Middle East envoy, Steve Witkoff, yesterday didn't seem to know anything about a letter. And so we're going to have to be digging into this further to try to figure out if that letter was in fact sent, who it was sent to, and why or why not, why they haven't received it, if that is in fact the case.
All right, so let's go from the president's international endeavors to what we're talking about domestically. His Education Secretary Linda McMahon was asked about the potential dismantling of the Department of Education on Fox News this morning. Let's talk about this after we roll for our viewers what she said.
We've heard that he could be signing this executive order today to abolish the Department of Education. Is that coming today?
I don't know. I don't want to get ahead of the president. I think you'd have to check with the White House. I think he certainly intends to sign the order, and we've talked about it. He's made it crystal clear since the time he was running for president that this is his intent. He's been very clear about that. I mean, he couldn't be any more clear when he said he wants me to put myself out of a job.
Do we need this department?
No, we don't.
So she says check with the White House. We know who to check with at the White House, and that's you, Nancy. What are you looking for?
I have checked with White House officials, and they say the president will not be signing an executive order having to do with dismantling the Department of Education today. They say that the final draft is still being tweaked, and so it's not ready for his signature. And I looked at an earlier draft, Reed, and it's clear why they're still working on it, because that earlier draft makes no mention of some of the major programs that so many schools in this country rely on, how those funds would be administered if the Department of Education were to be radically downsized. I'm talking about Title I funding that goes to schools in low-income areas around the country, or $15 billion that gets dispersed to schools to help them educate children with disabilities, who distributes Pell Grants, who distributes and manages other forms of student loans. All of that was unclear in the earlier draft that I looked at, and so it appears they've still got some work to do.
Back to the drawing table, maybe. Nancy, thank you so much. Good to talk to you on a Friday.
This makes me sick to my damn stomach. It really does. This makes me sick to my fucking stomach. Right? And this is so crazy. I was laughing at that video with that little boy, X. I don't think Elon has to have a babysitter. That's all I can come up with. Because I don't understand why all the kids in school and daycare and whatever, and he running around here talking billion-dollar talk with two dummies, right? I don't get it. But when I first saw that video, they only had show you, the 1 minute or whatever clip of the little boy, talking shit to Trump. Well, I saw a longer version of the video. And y'all could have told me that what I've been around here speculating about for a month or so, right after that fool got in office and started this foolishness about them trying to bounce that budget. Well, they said it in when that little boy was in there. They say they're trying to get the budget balanced by next year. And I told you this was what they had nothing to do with no fentanyl. It had nothing to do with all the other motherfucking lies they're talking about. None of that. He's trying to balance that goddamn budget. He's trying to outdo presidents that have either come, they had it manageable, or, like I said, balanced back in when Clinton was in there, right? That's what he's trying to do. That's why he's going after mandatory spending and putting these tariffs on these people and all this extra shit, whatever. Trying to get money in. Trying to get the fucking money in. To pay that goddamn debt. This is nuts, okay? And he's trying to do it over 4 years. Trying to get it done now. Not now, but now. The fuck? But yeah, and so I don't know if I believe that he will sanction Russia. I know that it makes me uncomfortable that he's saying that now. I'll tell you why. Because one, Russia, check this out right here. Because this just came to my mind. We are now acting funny with our allies. And keep in mind, it's just not our economic allies, people. It's our military allies. We acting funny with them, right? We every time he shows his ass up as 45 or 47, he shows his ass on with NATO and all of that. He does that, right? So you want to talk crazy with Russia, talk crazy to Russia. And I'm not even sure that if something pop off with Russia, because you know they ain't shy about shit. They'll come over here and poison all our motherfucking ass. That's how they get down. You can't even speak out against, Putin or whatever. Your ass will end up in one of them damn hospitals with no head, no eyebrows and shit, looking pale with some kind of mysterious something. Now, listen, that is not a conspiracy. So that's not nothing I'm making up or I don't have no data for. Or I'm just filling in the blank because I don't understand. No. We've seen it over and over and over and over again. And for the most part, a lot of the information is being revealed about how to, what happened to the people. They either, touch the coffee cup and, then they have the coffee cup for forensics and shit like that. So this ain't no conspiracy theory. When you have a bunch of credible news outlets have done stories on people getting fucked up after saying something crazy about Putin or to Putin or protesting. So this ain't no conspiracy theory. This ain't none of that. This is I seen it. I heard it, honey. So, but with Trump talking crazy now to Russia, I mean, and you got to think about how this shit is laid out, because keep in mind now, while Russia trying to acquire or annex Ukraine and shit, that the same players, Russia, and they mention China. I know I heard Iran. They have those are some of the same players that have some kind of involvement in what's going on over there between Palestine and Israel. Because Hamas, which ain't nothing but a military, they get their training from Iran. Yeah. While Russia and China supports the Palestine. Now listen. Now the Palestine, they have two different governments over there. They have Hamas, which is, they over there damn Gaza Strip and shit. And every time I think about the Gaza Strip, I don't know why I think about strip mall. I don't know why my mind it worked like that, but that's what I'm thinking. I said, this damn strip mall. I'm goofy like that. And they have fire, right? So those are the two governments they will have over there at Palestine, right? And the reason why Palestine and open up. Y'all see how long it took the trash can to open up? See, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Something's wrong with this goddamn trash can. I got to get some more damn batteries. But yeah, so you got Russia and China. They over there. They over there supporting Palestine. So when you see Netanyahu, who is the pin over there for Israel, you see he be getting upset and he don't understand that relationship because they know he's not friends with no goddamn Putin. How he gonna be friends with somebody that's supporting the people they fighting against? Yeah, so that's crazy, and um what else did I tell you? And then within Palestine, Hamas, they have an issue with Palestine. Think about that. It was um, the two states, if I can remember, the two states. So they don't like that idea. They don't like recognizing Israel. I'm sorry, they don't like recognizing Israel as well. Yeah, they don't like Hamas to um, have the issue with Palestine because while Palestine, they are okay with having a two states, you know what I'm saying? Hamas don't like that, but they ignorant ass. They'll fight Israel, but they don't like that two state shit because then you have to recognize Israel and shit. It's complicated. And they've been at this shit for I'm talking about on and off. Let me see, decades, right? Back in the I would say late 40s. If I'm not mistaken. Well, Palestine, they have the two political parties over there. And that them damn Hamas people, they are the ones that's over that damn Gaza Strip that everybody keep arguing about and fighting about and shit. Yeah, this is hood goddamn foreign affairs. But my original point is, because I ain't mean to get all up into that. My original point is, I don't understand why Trump wants to wants to talk about putting slapping sanctions or tariffs or whatever he said on Russia when we have effectively pissed everybody off, and we go and piss off Russia. Shit. Uh-uh. Remember they used to scare us when we was coming up? Remember they told us that Russia has they goddamn weapons pointing at us and we got our weapons pointing at them? Now, I don't know if that's true or not. Okay, I don't know about that. But I know that has always scared the shit out of me. And they always scared us about talking about the nuclear. If we get into it, it'd be a nuclear war and shit. I don't want no problems. I don't. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, there is a way that you can successfully um, govern this country and be a leader in the world and not piss off everybody. Make sure that your allies know that you are aligned and your enemies know that you are enemies. And people like Russia who how can I explain their relationship with the U.S. is complicated, right? You don't necessarily wouldn't call them an enemy because we haven't been in any type of war or anything like that, and we don't really be having a big issue when it comes to economy and things. You know what I'm saying? It's not a lot of business we do with Russia and shit like that, but we just don't like the positions they take in the world, and they act like big bullies, right? So, so we don't like the way they like to bully and take over lands, and how they um like if your ass get caught over there, it's hell to get from all that type of shit. We don't like all that. We don't like all that. So yeah, so we don't like all that shit that they be doing they want to take over, um, annex people's land, and take over people's shit because they really want to get more land for Russia. And more important, they build it back how they used to have it when it was the USSR, right? Because they definitely believe in monopoly and control. Okay, yeah, if you ever paid attention, or if you know just a little bit about history, you know that North America patterned themselves after who? Putin and Russia. They align themselves, with them. They besties. Yeah. And that King John Young man, he done killed family members and all. Sure they have. But yeah, that and you get your ass caught up over there in one of them jails over there. It's just the same shit like Russia and shit. They'll say you done something, you ain't did it. They hate religious material being passed out over there. You can go to jail for that. If they catch that with, like, they'll say you passing it out, and the only thing you do is have it in your bag and something like a Bible, something like that. Yeah, but you bring them Bible tracts over there if you want to, you be fucked up. Yeah. What do people call to knock on your door on Saturdays, and your mom and them tell you to hide? What do people call? What do people call your parent them tell you to hide? Well, yeah, they be fucked up over there talking that stuff. They don't allow none of that. You know why? Because they want to tell you what you can and cannot do when it comes to religion, politics, and all that stuff. They want to tell you what you can believe in. And they see countries like us as like, the damn Antichrist. Because they say we just gets down with it. We do it all, baby. And you see South Korea, they pattern themselves after whom? America. And the border is so thin between North America and South America, you could just step right over. Yeah, it's crazy. South America has a bunch of freedom, but North America, And when you go visit over there in North America, they, of course, they know you're coming, and they will take you to places that is staged, where they'll make it look as if people are free to be on the internet, free to go and come or whatever. They'll take you to designated spots and have people just, sitting up there looking at the computer as if they got freedom to look at the computer. Like, it's weird. It's weird as hell. It's weird. Places are weird. That's why I kind of get. I look. I'm perplexed when people say that America isn't the best place on earth. I mean, granted, never been nowhere but America. However, we've seen and heard about conditions around the world. Now, granted, do we have poverty? Yeah. Do we have this and that? Yeah, we got it, yeah. But if I'm not mistaken, all countries have that, right? You got to think about what we don't have and what other countries are under dictatorship. Yeah, do we need a free health care system? Of course. I'd be right there. Are you kidding me? But while we may be behind with those things, right, we are advancing other ways. I don't know how our health care compare to other countries. I don't know the information on that, but I do believe that when it comes to freedom and privilege, I do believe that's where we soar, right? Um, I don't know. I do not know, honey. These are how I don't know. Is it the civil rights activist or your mom and your dad or whomever? But what they say, some trying times, son. I don't know. I can't make head with this, and it's like nobody. It's like these idiots can't be stopped. It's like the body, the governing body that has the power to stop them. You got them motherfuckers too. It's like it's crazy, y'all. And I think it would be a sad, sad misfortune if they are able to have their way with the programs that are considered mandatory spending. You gotta think about it. This is money that they took away from us working to pay taxes on, right? So that what $100 an hour. Let's go with that. $100 an hour. You took taxes out of that for this, that, and the third, right? Social Security, Medicare, blah, blah, whatever, right? But now you say, you can use that. I mean, that ain't yours to use. Some private, most likely, some private company paid, and I have private and public, you know. But more than likely some privately owned company paid us that money. It wasn't paid from the government. Most like, I mean, just depend on, where you work, right? Like I said, I'm about, I probably am half and half, but, and so that came from those companies. You gonna, you gonna say you gonna dismantle that those large pools of savings, and I'm speaking of Social Security, Medicare, even the food programs or whatever. That's all lumped up in mandatory spending. You are trying to dismantle those programs or drastically cut into those programs to try to pay off a fucking budget. I mean, debt that the reason why a lot of that debt incurred is because as the government grows and need money for those programs, then we have to then borrow from other countries to cover the government spending. The government spending consists of what? Mandatory spending. So that's what I'm saying. We're in the circle. We're in the circle. It's a cycle. We're in the middle of it. And we tied to it. It's like you can't get out the motherfucker. And it's basically because of the way it was designed from get-go. It was never designed correctly, as that dude was saying. As I said before, it was never designed in the correct way. Oh, Lord, and you got an idiot. And then check this out right here. When I was listening to the little video with the little cussing, not cussing, the little boy, the little boy. Trump said Trump first says, like, the fix the budget, it's so easy to do. And then when he hears Elon say it's complex, then he immediately changed it to being complex. Like, I pay attention to all that type of shit, right? I'm like, this motherfucker, him, don't know if he coming or going. All he knows is that he just running around here with that little boy, daddy daycare. Like he ain't got no goddamn babysitter. Where the damn babysitter at? Nancy Pelosi, nobody can watch the baby. And then the little baby, he done sat up there and picked his nose. And I can't stand a nose pickle. Oh my God. Immediately, as soon as you can, I want you to teach your children how to blow their nose. And if you gotta pick your nose, please don't do it with your fingers. Please get that tissue. What would that drive me insane? I just be looking. And I really, and just being me, because I already told you my little stuff I hate people do, with eating and how to put drinking in my mouth, type of stuff. I cannot stand for nobody to take their hand and run it across their nose and shit. I can stand. Baby, I be, I be so mad. Ooh, And please don't take your shirt and wipe your nose or your face and all shit like that. Like none of that. I keep so much tissue and wipes and shit everywhere. There'd be a whole trail of wipes and tissue and shit with my black ass. I don't play all them games like that. It's just, please don't do that. That little boy, and baby, I saw how Trump, they said Trump is a germaphobe. And I saw how Trump looked at that little boy when he was picking in his nose and wiped it on that goddamn desk. Oh my gosh. Let me tell you what I do. Because I told you I had to develop ways to cope with my little quirks and shit like that. So if you like wipe your do something nasty or whatever that I just something, and just say you touch something, it's rude, okay? Because I used to do this. I used to immediately get up and wipe that spot. I know y'all gonna think I'm crazy when I tell you what I do. I will sit up there and keep my eye on that spot so I won't lose focus. So that sounds crazy as hell. Because sometimes it could be somebody touching your sofa. Well, that's a big area. I would keep my eyes on that spot until one day when my brain grew, I said, well, I just wipe that whole area. Then that way I'll get it. Hey, at this point, like when I'm explaining something like this to ex or something like that, they see me doing it, or if we talking like this, whatever, they be like, I can hear anyone saying, you special. But listen, hey, for my little shit, I had to develop little workarounds. I told you I don't like being rude, but I'm very upfront and direct, right? I mean, you know, and people won't accept you for being you, right? It's just customary for me just to tell you what it is, how I feel, whatever, right? And I find that if that hurts someone's feelings, then all of a sudden you become the rude and bad person. I don't know how that would work, because I'm just telling you how I feel and how I see things. If I think you did something wrong, you ain't bad shit or whatever, I'm gonna give you the evidence to support my theory. I don't understand. And my thing is, if you did it, you should be okay. I'm okay. I don't understand. I don't understand. Do they get upset because I pointed out, or it makes them look like a bad person? My thing is, you are, because you did it. I don't get it. I don't understand, right? So I came around with a workaround with that too. I just don't say nothing. That's why I said, don't ask me questions. Don't ask me what I think, because I'm not going to edit myself. So don't do that. Because you motherfuckers get upset. They getting upset because you telling the truth. I'm like, what didn't you do it? That's what used to be my issue with his ass. She the one did the shit. I'm just telling her what it is she did. Why are you crying? And why are you arguing with me? Didn't you do it? Like, I just don't get it, honey. How about this? This is what you can do to avoid all of this. How about next time, don't do it? Damn. That's what I'm saying. You can't win for losing, but this is what it is, right? Fortunately, bad people and full of shit people, they don't like being around me, honey. They say I be looking like I'm looking through them. I've gotten better because all the time I don't tell you about your ass. I just, just be quiet. I'm quiet anyway. I'll just be quiet, And they accuse you of being acting funny. Why you don't never come? I won't say because you ain't bad shit. That's why I'll never come over there. Well, I don't have too much of that now. That was eons ago. Because, like, Yvette, because she hang with any and everybody. Like, them undesirables, baby, They be like, and I'll tell you quick, Andrew, me and such and such going somewhere, and if I don't like that extra person, if I don't know them, I don't want to go because I don't like your friend. Uh, and know what else I got to find out about that goddamn Laura check? I'm trying to figure this out. I'm trying to figure out if it was Lori having the effect on Chad for him to do this crazy shit, or vice versa. Because this is so weird. I don't, because you have a lot of women that be on that for my man shit. That's why they had a series for my man. And them dumb dumbs do anything for a nigga or white dude or whatever you jumping up and down on. Yes, goodness. They do some, when you have this ain't really for my man, but like when you have a bitch that'll take somebody's baby, cut the baby out of them and shit to keep them, them motherfuckers crazy. Them women are crazy. Crazy. Crazy as hell. But you have a lot of women that be, that be on that for my man shit. So I don't know if it was like, 'cause you gotta know how long Lord been seeing evil aliens and shit, talking crazy. And then you gotta find out, well, what was Chad up to? Because when he writing books, they say he wrote them crazy ass books and shit, like Aaron Hubbard. Y'all might not know who that is. And they write all that kind of crazy shit. Man, and see, you have to be careful. I'm trying to tell you, but that people process, because you also have some crazy ass women that when they break up, they want to harass the damn new lady and shit. All that kind of crazy. So there's a bunch of shit going on. Again, I tired of me saying it. That's when you got to have that people process straight. You got to know the type of women that he done dealt with, and he got to know the type of men that you done dealt with. Now you got stats, you got to know that anyway. But even if you don't, you got to know that, because you don't know what kind of booger them motherfuckers be dealing with. You don't know that. You don't know none of that. Now, if you popular or or you don't want them status with whatever, if you don't listen, you ain't gotta dox nobody. Dox ain't even required because somebody gonna check. Everybody got the information. It comes through on a social status a report. uh, I'm trying to tell you, you show up with somebody to the cookout, you gonna get a report right there on the grounds, okay, about who you they're gonna tell you, boo boo. They're gonna tell you that ain't it. So that's why it's so important. I have to do. Oh my gosh, I don't got listen. I done got burnt a couple times. Let me see. I don't know what Cole was thinking about with that girl, and I don't know what that booger. And everybody, including his mama, told him that was a booger. That lady come to town was looking for me. Oh, I know you can do better. You had already done better. Where that other girl at? And because that other girl name was Ann, and I'm Ann, here we go. That mama will come back and wait a minute. Oh Lord. Uh-uh. That and then well, Mr. University of Florida swear he ain't had a few. He done swear he ain't had nobody. He done found one of them old late nights in the middle of in the back of the club some goddamn well. Lies. Well, if that was the case, he wouldn't have had to May like she's a RN, which turns out she's a CNA. Wouldn't have to do all of that, and she's an old booger. And that alleged baby mama is too. But I told you he is an athlete, so he had different kind of status. He was trying to get the other status, you know. Well, they say his funeral was decked out with a whole bunch of fine women and smart women and all that type of stuff. Now you know I got the information. I think I played that because my cousin is the one that buried him. Got the information. But you know, our families is kind of, kind of close like that, intertwined like that. Because our cousins know each other and shit. And he, been around my family and friends, for a little bit. But, yeah, you gotta be careful. He fucked up. And then, Mr. Walker coming out there with them streets. So you know what that was about. But here's the thing, right? He had just say if one or two of them lived in the projects, that they were the ones that worked. You understand what I'm saying? They were the ones that were the better ones in the projects. We ain't really got we have projects, but those questionable dwellings. Mm-hmm. So she wasn't. I mean, he had a different try, but that one girl, Amy, she crazy. She was nutted in a fruit cake. Stolen goddamn people money at the bank, child. She graduated. from Edward. Oh Lord, I'm sorry, but anyway, she graduated with an accounting degree. Got a job at the bank, y'all. Stole them people money. Mr. Walker said that the feds had walked past him and already knew his name when he went to the post office because they had lured them to the post office. And they questioned because they needed to find out if he had anything to do with it too, right? Because she stole the money at the bank, and then upon further investigation, she stole some whole bunch of other shit from other places because they were living together and all that extra shit. They had to question him, and she had told them that he didn't have anything to do with it. And she was, babe, when I tell you I mean, he don't have, he was out there, so he have that popular, that ridiculous popular. I don't know what he did to them women, do to women. I don't understand. Because I have read some novels. I have seen some reaction to it. It's like Michael Jackson shit, Elvis. You fucking around him. You think you with Elvis. It's crazy. I'm like, I don't know what the hell going on. But shit, Kelly say he look like Levi. No, he I can see, but he kind of he looks more like Penny Hardaway. Anyway, um, them women. That was crazy. That goddamn, that man, that girl, Amy. I'm trying to tell you, she crazy. How you gonna terrorize police officers? Who does that? I'm talking about his family members. He, that girl terrorized his mama, his two sisters, his auntie, his best friend, aunt, because the best friend used to live with aunt. His best friend, aunt, had got a restraining order against that girl. I almost called her name. That fucking crazy ass girl. She crazy. She was crazy. Them letters she wrote. I mean, it was crazy because her future was like, I mean, black girl graduating with a degree in accounting back then. You got a nice little job at the bank. Girl, you could have been bank president by now. Branch manager or something. Uh-uh. That girl had that boy so nervous. Not Mr. Walker, but Mr. Walker's friend. When they found out that because they used to date best friends or sisters or something. But they were best friends. So when the boy came over to my house, I answered the door. That boy looked visibly shaken. So I went and got Mr. Walker. And so he told Mr. Walker to come outside. And because the boy was looking so nervous or whatever, I didn't know if, he needed assistance. And I told you now, I told her back then, I clicked over and provided you some assistance. Now, do you need somebody with the bats or do you need somebody with badges? What you need to have done? What's wrong? What the fuck is going on with you? You heard my friend say, he told me, I come over there, I'm like, you all right? Anybody messing with you? He told me, what he say? He told me, they said they travel with their mother dear, meaning me. But anyway, so the boy was so visibly shaken. When Mr. Walker went to the door, I'm still got my head cocked to the door, not trying to look, but I'm just trying to make sure he was okay. And he told me, he said, man, come outside for a minute. And Mr. Walker said, no, whatever you got to say, you could come in and say it. Baby, that boy said, I got word because the auntie's restraining order was still active. So they let people know when the people that got a restraining order getting out of jail. And they said the people called and they said that the girl is getting out of jail. And he was nervous. And he said, he came in, that boss and every time, and I like, you good people. And I don't want that girl come out here and doing nothing. And so, I was still had one foot in the game. One foot, and doing the right thing. And I said, baby, listen, honey. I said, you can give up my address. Give him my address. Baby, I would have looked at him. She would have came right here on some for my man shit, for my ex-man or whatever. I would have, dog walk her ass, bitch. Yeah, I would have dog walked her ass. But I told you what she done to that boy family. I swear I wish I could get in contact with him so he can tell these goddamn horror stories. That girl, him and her had broke up, right? So they was living together, and he had um, went to his mom and moved back in with her. At that time, and I told you that his family, them the popos, real. So both of the sisters was popo. I don't know. I think the other sister was a correctional officer at the time. She ain't gotten a job as a popo yet. So the girl had broken to the mama's house, poured gasoline all over the furniture and shit. Went out there and scratched in the one of the sisters' car, the one that's a cop. I love you, Mr. Walker, but his first name. All kind of crazy shit like that. She was on the way to her job one day, to the bank now. His little girl mama, she had seen the little girl mama on the bus stop. So I told you, he has a mixture of, we're all mixed up in there. He saw the girl on the bus stop. She saw the girl on the bus stop, turned around and caught her on the bus stop and beat her ass. Just crazy. That girl was crazy. Oh my goodness. Ooh, child, some of the stuff. But I knew it was bad when the best friend auntie got a goddamn uh uh order protection on your ass. Like what? I'm gonna see if I can remember her last name. See if I can pull her shit and read some of that crazy shit. She's crazy. They was scared of her. She was good. I mean, now she poured gasoline on the latest settee. Do y'all call it settee? I'm crunching old settee on the latest furniture and stuff. She didn't strike a match or nothing like that, but she poured the gasoline and stuff on the mama furniture and shit. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of how you scratch up the police car. Who does that? This bitch ain't scared to go to jail. Bitch, that's out her goddamn mind. She stopped by and beat the baby mama up because she said that she was giving them hell about seeing the little girl. But I didn't have no problems. Well, with seeing the kids. I didn't have either baby mama. But it's crazy. And see, a lot of them women be on. I don't say them get on. A lot of them women be on there for my man shit or be on whatever. I don't know what the fuck they be on. You know, um, I don't know why the new women be doing that. Because sometimes it be the new women that harass the old women. Sometimes it be the old women that harass the new women. So I can assign blame both ways. It just be some crazy shit. And I don't know why that goes on. You know. Mm-mm. But that's what I'm saying with that Lori or Chad. I don't know who was the influence on who. That'll be interesting to find out. Because I know Lori seemed like she wanted some money. And also I don't know if Lori is I think is she with Chad or something? Oh, no, let me see on this case right here. Is she named with Chad? Nope, she ain't named with Chad. I already know that. Duh, she ain't named with Chad. But I want to know if she willing to blame anything on him, or has he put wood on her ass and she just go down with the ship. I don't know, child. But a lot of these women be doing all kind of crazy shit for these men and stuff like that. They surely do. Now I be saying, baby, don't let nobody get your ass beat. Please don't do that. I've had like a couple issues, but because the dudes I deal with, they don't deal with them type of women that you got to do all of that. You know, sometimes I don't have just very minor issues, whatever. But when I threaten their life or whatever, or show up at they, you don't have any more issues. But other than that, I don't be going through all of that. They don't be, doing that. I was surprised when credit card man wife had called, but again, of course he wasn't married when we were together. I think she probably was calling every woman because he gets something out there now. He gets me, but I don't know if he's still getting it or whatever because I hadn't talked to him um, in a minute, but I just know how he do. Mm-mm. Yeah, his ass. Child. Able not to. Oh my gosh, I just be a regular man. But with every woman, not every woman, but if you seem like I'm like, God damn. And I know you don't supposed to be with nobody else don't want. God damn. Shit. Oh, because I don't have no, no crazy bitch alert or whatever all the time. Like, like, let me see. What crazy I have that crazy bitch crazy bitch. She ain't really do nothing to me, but he just had one lurking. That other girl, University of Florida, that girl, he the one created that. Oh, don't get me to having no flashback because I've been doing so well. You know, um, you just got to choose peace. You know what I'm saying? And you can just find a way to distance yourself from that hate. You understand what I'm saying? So I ain't hate him in a minute. He did. But it'd be so sad. Poor boy dead, child. But let me see. Yeah, they had no major issue. You would think shit. I get to cook myself. Yeah, like I said, as long as you deal with people who probably got status or know how to goddamn act, you probably gonna have those problems, you know. You probably gonna have no, and then, like, I'm not talking about like I'm talking about shit that's outside of normal jealousy, when they do extra shit, that's beyond normal jealousy. Of course, you might have an ex that may press the next dude or whatever, stuff like that. That's normal. I'm talking about when they just go beyond, honey. You be like sitting there with your mouth open, like what? Gonna be on some ghetto shit. I wish that damn child daddy was still alive, baby. He was that boy called hell. Remember, he was early on in the beginning, child. So it was so many people. Because one thing, we kind of got along, right? And so we was always laughing about something, or he'll know how to trigger me. I go to cuss and he go to laugh, and we just start laughing, right? We just have a good time. Baby, that man said, that he laughed at me, so he talking about, man, he said, that man told me that whatever I got on my mind with you, I can get it off. He said, that man said, that's me right there. I was like, oh no. Yeah, baby, he hit the ignorant. God. I had me a good time. Okay, let me go off my child. Y'all, this morning shift stuff, y'all got me bent. All this nodding throughout the day, like Ned the Wino and shit. I don't like this. I don't. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Something got to change. And then you got that old goddamn Agent Orange in there with his motherfucking disaster ass. Oh, I'm trying to. It's a good thing that we know how to do more than one thing. Time I learned how to put one of them things in people's head, because I don't, I be watching them shows and they be putting something on, lay it down on the people's forehead with glue, y'all, and they put some kind of makeup on top of that thing, and then the people be having them edges, manufactured edges on them things, child. I'm like, Lord, don't take them long either, and people be running around with glue. And wow. I wish I could show y'all a flyer for Key to the City Man party. What? Oh Lord, I'm nodded. Oh Lord, yeah. Hey, make sure you do some good for yourself or someone else. Make the day a good day and tomorrow even better day. Hopefully, more somebody. And well, I cannot take on no goddamn Vallow. We already confused with the damn hearsay. The state could have cut that in the beginning by saying, baby, you can't introduce no statements on somebody you done been convicted for killing. That would have shut it down. The judge wouldn't have had to ask, is you asking for time? What day, the time? The judge wouldn't even have to put himself through, getting some more gray hair with either of them. When she's clear on how her statement is going to be admitted, we don't have to go through all of that. Hell to the no. I'm going to try to find that other indictment for killing old fine ass Charles Vallow. Killed him. Just killed everybody. I'm gonna try to find that indictment. And I don't know. I don't know. I keep up with them, baby. That's some shit. But anyway, y'all. Peace out. I'll holler.